Crowder, there's been a coaching decision made for the Miami Dolphins today, and I didn't see this coming without the news of John Harbaugh being confirmed, so I'm a little bit taken aback.
Yeah, they got together. They brought Troy Aikman in, and they could figure this thing out now. Yeah,
I saw someone tweet, do you think Mike McDaniel would have lost his job had they not brought Troy Aikman on board? Because he was the one who was so highly critical of McDaniel, and now he's gonzo.
I go to people's houses, and I'm the one that have to tell them that their dog is bad as hell. That dog can't eat off the table. He's eating off your table. They got so used to it. Troy had to walk in and tell him the dog is eating off the table. Get rid of this dog. Yes, a sound mind was in the building.
Well, let me give you some of the deets. Here is the official press release from the Miami Dolphins. After careful evaluation and extensive discussion since the season ended, I have made the decision that our organization is in need of comprehensive change. I informed Mike McDaniel this morning that he has been relieved of his duties as head coach. This is obviously Stephen Ross talking. I love Mike and want to thank him for his hard work, commitment, and the energy he brought to our organization. Mike is an incredibly creative football mind whose passion for the game and his players was evident every day. I wish him and his family the best moving forward. Now, here's what Mike McDaniel had to say. This was his official release. Coaching this team and being a part of this great organization, this great franchise, has been the honor of a lifetime. When I took this job, I had a vision of a team that was bonded together and played with passion and energy on the path to winning championships. I gave everything I had for that goal. I am disappointed, especially for the fans, that we did not have better results on the field, but I am grateful for every coach, player, and staff member who poured themselves into that vision alongside me. I'm grateful to Stephen Ross for the opportunity he gave me, a little-known coach at the time when he hired me. Most of all, I'm thankful to my wife, Katie, our daughter, Isla, for their unending love and support. I love this game, the people, and relationships that are part of it, and I will forever cherish my time in Miami.
I usually always call BS on one side or the other of one of these breakups. I think both of them are truly genuine.
I agree.
McDaniel, it wasn't a known coach. Like, we were surprised. Why would you hire this, this little crazy guy that was hanging out with Kyle Shanahan all these years? And I think he kept his job. Stephen Ross said it. He genuinely loves Mike McDaniel. He has an emotional attachment to Mike McDaniel. I think they both said it perfectly. We have to move on. And Mike said it. Hey, we didn't have the success on the field I wanted. Let's go. Let's figure this thing out on the back end.
Now, here's what Jeff Darlington from ESPN, we all trust Jeff. Here's what Jeff Darlington says about what transpired today. Some context into the Dolphins' decision to fire Mike McDaniel per multiple people involved in the decision. Owner Steve Ross met with McDaniel on Tuesday, and the outcome of the meeting left Ross very conflicted. He really likes Mike, quote, loves his intelligence and offensive mind. But Tuesday's meeting resulted in some hard thoughts. Ross didn't feel like the results were there, and despite the end-of-year production, Ross simply wasn't comfortable moving forward with the status quo. Now, for the elephant in the room. I'm told the Dolphins have not yet been in touch with John Harbaugh or anyone in his camp, and people close to the decision are adamant this decision to move away from McDaniel is independent of Harbaugh's availability. I'm told the Dolphins will conduct the head coaching search after a GM is in place, which should be in the next few days. Yes, it obviously could lead to discussions with Harbaugh, and yes, one of the GM candidates, Chad Alexander, is very close to Harbaugh. But people close to the situation tell me this decision to fire Mike would have been made either way.
Great decision. And it's funny, we talked about it yesterday. Solana, we were talking about how the power struggle's crazy when you have a head coach and not a GM, and it was weird. Yes. Owner, hire your GM. Let your GM be a part of hiring your head coach. Let's get back to normality of what the NFL and professional teams are. Let's get back
I
to that
find it
before we can
strange.
win some damn playoff games.
I find
For
it
what?
odd that you didn't know till today that you wanted to move on from McDaniel, but you didn't know that after Sunday's game against New England. I am perplexed that it took them 4 days to decide whether he was the right guy moving forward. So I'm not necessarily certain I buy they haven't talked with John Harbaugh. I'm not saying it's a done deal.
No.
But I don't think they make this move unless they really are ready to roll the dice and say, whatever it takes, go get me that guy.
I would say, what if Stephen Ross said, I'm not firing somebody midseason? Because we've talked about that. He flat out didn't want to fire McDaniel. It's his friend. We're not after game 17, week 18, I'll sit down and fully evaluate this season.
You're going to evaluate it, though, for the last 4 days? You didn't know Sunday that he wasn't the right guy? You needed to talk to him one more time on Tuesday to know he's not the right guy?
That's what Jeff said. He talked to him, and then he was conflicted. I was conflicted when we lost to the Colts week 1. I was conflicted last season. He had to go in to do his due diligence. Has he been, I think, does he have PTSD from the Flores thing and the firings that he has been a part of where it was just weird and the Jim Harbaugh was Pirano type thing? Is he not comfortable firing and hiring head coaches? I don't think he is. I think it's awkward for him to fire a head coach. And now he wanted to do it in a very slow-paced, meticulous, methodical way.
That's how you get beat, though, when you allow other teams to get the jump on you.
No,
I would just say, like, you say you need to do his due diligence. He watched him coach the team for 4 years, including all the games this season. And you're telling me his due diligence was, I need to have one more conversation with him on Tuesday to really know if I think he's the steward next year.
To be fair, it does take me 2 days to understand anything Mike McDaniel says after one of his press conferences, too.
But
2
it's
days
4 years is my point. Yeah. It's 4 years. Anyway.
It took Troy Aikman to explain it to him.
Could be. I had a friend, my friend Justin, you guys know him. He texted me, all these Dolphins fans celebrating the demise of McDaniel and Tua. I'm kind of bummed. I just want the franchise I've been riding with for 30 years to do something great, and here we go again with another rebuild that'll take at least 2 years if we get remotely lucky like Denver. There is that part of the equation as well. The Tua Mike McDaniel era seems to be over unless it becomes the Tua Harbaugh era, which I guess crazier things have happened.